And so today I'm just gonna do a nice daytime bronzy look. The whole goal is to try to get these looks done in less than like 5 minutes. I'm a mom, and all you moms out there know exactly what I mean when we say we don't have time. So today I'm gonna start with the first thing that I typically do when I do makeup is I prime. Usually I really like to use the Smashbox primer. I'm going to show it to you guys. It's right here in my basket of stuff that I brought with me for the video. And it's basically a gel-like formula. I'm sure there's a few of you that might have seen it, especially if you go regularly to, you know, makeup stores like Sephora. But this is actually what I like to use, especially when I really want that insurance to make sure that makeup stays on all night long. I usually use this. And recently, I have also started to use this, which is basically the liquidy version of that. This is more of a thicker gel-like formula, and this is more like a liquid. I use this when I don't have any time. I just swish it all over my face, and then I'm done. But let's just take a little bit more time and use this one today. So all you need is a little pea size. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna be just a little more because... Okay, so it's like less than a dime size. And what I do is I'll just mix it. Sorry, I just need to move my hair and stuff out of the way. And I just usually just use my hands. It's just so much easier. The product doesn't seep right into your pores, so it is okay to use your hands because it is supposed to stay on the top layer of your skin. It's basically priming your face so that the makeup has a layer between your face and it doesn't go into your pores. So this really helps with that. Okay, so I usually put it all over, eyelids, everything. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a color correcting eyelid primer, and I do this because, as you can tell, my lids are a little dark, and I like to brighten them up so that when I apply the color, the eyeshadow, it pretty much not only enhances the color, but it also really pops. So I like to use Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion. And I usually buy it in this color right here, which is, I think it's called Eden, because that's the only other name that I see on here. So here we go. I'm just gonna put it on. And it doesn't matter how you put it on, by the way. It's just primer. So what I typically do with this is sometimes when I'm in a rush I use my fingers, but today I'm gonna use a beauty blender. And excuse my pretty dirty beauty blender. I haven't had time to clean it. So I just pat the product into my eyelid. No rubbing, because you don't want it to just come off. You want the color to transfer onto your eyelid, so you're gonna pat. Okay? And I love this because, as you can tell, my eyelids are already lighter. It's like almost kind of like not even having to wear any eyeshadow. Okay, so here we go. That was done. I always do, a lot of people do their makeup differently, right? A lot of people like to put on their foundation first and, you know, work from there. I like to do my eyelids first because I don't know if this happens to you guys, but a lot of the times, especially when I'm using multiple colors, I get a lot of fallout. You know, I'll like do it really quickly and I'll have, you know, fallout on my face, and it's just so much easier to go back later with the foundation and just correct it all then. So that's why I do my eyelids first. So let's go ahead and get started with the bronzy look that I'm going to do. I'm going to use today this palette that I haven't used in a long time, actually. So let's see. Hopefully I do it good. So this is called the Makeup Forever Professional. Let's see, it says it on the back. 9 Artist Shadow Palette. And this just happens to be the bronzy one. I have a feeling that they have a few of these. And this is the ones with the golds and, you know, basically smoky eye look type colors. So I'm going to do a more of a bronzy look. So I'm going to stick with some browns today. I like to do my crease first. So I'm going to go ahead and use this brown color. And let me see if there's a number for that. I believe... Oh, there's just numbers. They're like, you're not even going to remember it. But I will list all the products in the information on the bottom, so then you guys can take a look. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to swish my brush, which I also want to show you this. It's called Pro Crease, and it's a Sephora brush. There's a lot of brands that I particularly like. I love Makeup Forever brushes. I think they're awesome. They pick up product really well, and I actually really like Sephora. Okay, so let's show you how I do my crease. So I'm gonna look down. So basically what you do is you take this big brush, and it's a crease brush, and it's big for a reason, because you really want to just get in to the crease. And what I like to do is I like to do circular motions. If you hear trolls in the background, it's my daughter. She's a huge part of my life. You're gonna see her a lot in my videos, as in hear her. Next, it's all nice and blended, is I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my eyeliner. I'm using Givenchy in the color 15, and basically it's a brown. It's a pretty dark brown. I like to use brown when I know that it's like more of a daytime, because black can sometimes be very overpowering, and it just depends on where you're going. I don't want to look like I am ready for a night out just yet, and so that's why I'm choosing brown today. And it's like, you know, I'm going through the whole bronzy look today, so I'm gonna stick with the brown. So what I'm doing is, this is something that I just recently started doing because I don't have a lot of time. So instead of sitting there and making sure I have a perfect line, I'm just shading it and then blending it. But anyway, watch me do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line my eyelid as close as possible to perfection, but not necessarily perfection is needed. So here we go. I'm just gonna do the other side. And I love Givenchy eyeliner. I know there's a lot of people. Okay, my daughter's all the way into my palette already. I've once bought Givenchy and I just fell in love. They stay on all day practically. I mean, maybe I have to reapply one time in a day. I don't like reapplying my makeup, so if this is gonna stay on 90% of the day, I'm gonna take it. And I'll pay the extra bucks for it. So here it is. So this is a Pro Shader brush. Now I do use this to shade, which we'll talk about in other videos when I do a little bit more of an elaborate look. But I've been using this recently because it's such a tight brush. The bristles are like really well put together. They're not like, they don't really fan out. So basically what it does is helps me shade that bottom really closely. So that's why I use this one. I'm gonna just go ahead and blend out my eyeliner just like so. That was pretty easy. And then I'm gonna go here and blend out my eyeshadow here too. It gives you a chance to basically fix the non-straightness and make it more blended so it looks more like you meant to do it that way. So this is foundation for any of you that don't use cream foundation, and if you do, I use Makeup Forever HD. I've been using this one for so long now. I have ventured into other ones. But I didn't exactly like them. I just felt like they weren't they were doing either the same thing as this one or they were lighter. I do like the Giorgio Armani foundation, and we can talk about that in another video, but basically those are the only two that I really use, and this one I use a lot. So this one gives you the HD look. So the brush that I'm using today is not a Makeup Forever one, even though I say that I love it, and I do love those, but Huda Beauty Face Buff and Blend brush. Holy grail of brushes, I swear. This brush, I don't even need to use the beauty blender if I really don't want to. It buffs and blends your product in so well. I'm sorry, I'm like squeezing the heck out of it because I'm almost out. Get it together, Bina. Okay, so it's not a lot of product because I'm running out. Anyways, so this is what I'm gonna do. So I just go ahead and just make sure that I got it all everywhere, so then I can make that little bit of product last. Okay, so what I do is use circular motions to buff the makeup into my skin. Now remember, we have that awesome primer on. So this stuff is not gonna go right into your pores, which is amazing. The key to having great makeup is also to have great skin underneath, and I really believe in that. I will show videos on what I use for my skin to keep it really nice. I do, however, despite having pretty good skin, I do have rosacea-ish, and just quite haven't found exactly a product to fix that. There is a product I'm going to try soon, so I'll make a video on that too. Okay, so here we go. I buffed and blended, and I'm going to go really close into the camera so you can see. My daughter's all up into my lip gloss. I mean, I don't even need a beauty blender. I'm not even going to go in with the beauty blender just yet because it just did such a great job. Thank you, Huda. I'm going to just add a little bit to my neck because my neck is white now compared to my face. And I'm wearing a pretty low neck t-shirt, so let me just take care of that too. Okay. One of my new favorite products. Okay, so prior to this, is as funny as it is, most of you that know me know that I like makeup, and I do wear a lot of makeup for parties and stuff like that. So a lot of times my friends see me, they see me with a full face. The one thing that I was not doing was concealing. Oh my god, I don't even know why. I think I was afraid of concealer. I didn't know how to use it. So recently I bought this. I went ahead and at a friend's recommendation, I went and bought Laura Mercier's Flawless Fusion Concealer. And it has a beautiful applicator so that you don't have to like squeeze it onto a brush and then use the brush, and this just comes with an applicator, which makes life so easy. So this is what I do to conceal, and I conceal because one, I do have dark circles, especially now that I'm a mommy, and it really helps me brighten the areas that I want to brighten. Okay, so here we go. This is what I do. I go ahead and brighten my under eye like this. I make a V shape, and I learned that through YouTube, and I learned that through Instagram, and everybody's doing it, and guess what? I copied them. And I learned why. I learned why they were doing it, because this really just elevates your look. It kind of differentiates you from like everyday makeup person to like holy crap YouTube sensation makeup. So I like to highlight my forehead. You know, basically they say that you should highlight your T-zone, you know, because you kind of want your face to pop, right? So that's what I do. My chin. Like, why are you highlighting your chin? But it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Okay, so now that I look like crazy, I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and blend this out. Now, again, I say blend, but not blend, pat. So make sure this is damp, by the way. If you're have never used beauty blenders before, they're supposed to be used damp. I'm just gonna dab. Ooh. I don't look as crazy as I did in the beginning of this video, so I'm really liking this now. Before I was like, I can't wait to get the makeup on. I look so crazy. Okay, alright, so here we go. We got concealer, we have brightening of the T-zone, we have coverage on our face, and now I want to seal all of that in so it doesn't just melt off. how do I do that? I use, I had this product for so long, I just started using it a lot more, and I don't know why I didn't use it, but this is amazing. It's called the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. I'm using it in the Tinted Mineral Veil, that's what it's called. But I guess it doesn't have a color. Maybe it just comes in one color. But it does have broad spectrum SPF, which is huge. Basically, what I do is it comes in a powder form like this, and I just put them in here, which I already did, so that's why I mimicked in the lid, and then I just swirl it, and I'm going to show you the brush that I'm using. And I like using this veil because basically what this does is it locks all of your makeup onto your face. It kind of mattifies. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of glistening. You don't really want that. You want it to have a mattified look, or maybe you want glistening, but I like it mattified, so that's why I do that. Now here's the brush. It's the Pro Flawless Light Powder Brush in the number 50. It's a Sephora brush. There's a trend here. And what I do is just lightly brush over everything to lock in my makeup, my liquid makeup, and this will really help your makeup stay on longer. It kind of just helps to not crease around all your creases, especially your under eye, and it locks it all in, so why not? The one contour palette that everybody uses and everybody's pretty much familiar with is Anastasia Contour Kit. And if you don't want to splurge on this, and if you don't have it, I definitely recommend the NYX palette. Literally the same colors. I mean, it's the same colors. You know, like figuratively, like they look so identical. It's two different companies, so I don't know if they're the same colors, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Okay, so the two colors that I always use, I use this one. I don't know what the color's name is because they don't list it. But here's the one that I use to do my contour. And since today's Friday, I contour on Fridays. Basically, you contour to shape your face. That's the long and short of it. Give myself a nice jawline. Give myself some cheeks. I have a really round face, so I am in desperate need of shaping. I do like to do my nose, and I don't have the brush that I typically use, so I'm going to use my finger. So I put a little bit of the brown powder onto my finger, and I'm just going to go down the two sides of my nose. I know that it looks crazy because I don't have a brush to make it perfect, but it's okay, just go with it because we're gonna blend it out with a beauty blender. Okay, so I gave myself some cheeks, maybe a little bit of a jawline, and a smaller nose. Ay, babe. And I'm just blending it out, and I'm blending it this way because I want it to look natural. Okay. Because I told you that I want to go for a more bronzy look today, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Bare Minerals. And this is the color Warmth. It's like another loose powder. And this is basically to give your face warmth. It's supposed to basically bronze your face, okay? And I do like to use this a lot because, especially coming off from the winter, I am pale. So, how do you unpale? You use bronzer. So the brush that I've been using a lot recently, and this is not Sephora, this is Tarte, and this is basically a dual brush. This is for highlighter, and I believe this is for like stuff like this, bronzing. So here we go. I put it in the cap again like the other powder, and I swished it around, and here I have some product, and I'm gonna go really light with this because I don't want to look too like brown and then not so brown here, you know? So I'm just gonna go in like this. You know, the Kim Kardashian signature number 3 sign. just to bronze up my face, and I will add some on my neck and on my deep V-neck today. Not too deep, but let me do that. Okay, so that added some color into my skin, which is amazing. Now I will brighten the light on this a little bit more so that you guys can see, but let me just go right into the camera a little bit more. Yeah, so really, I don't know if you can tell, it's a subtle thinning of the nose and a subtle cheek and some color. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do my eyebrows. Fave is this Goof Proof pencil by Benefit, and it's called Goof Proof. I am not kidding. And I decided to go with this one basically because this is my first ever eyebrow pencil. I did not do my eyebrows prior to this, and basically because I didn't know how to. So I was like, let me buy the Goof Proof one because I can't possibly mess up if it's Goof Proof, right? So it's a small little pencil, and it's like it's slanted too, so it makes life a lot easier for you to draw. And just watch me do it because there's no way to explain this other than you watching me do it. Okay, I just use light brush strokes, light strokes to get into my eyebrow. I will go a little bit outside just because I like to have a little thicker brow. It comes with a spoolie brush at the end of it, and I like to go up just to blend and then go like this so that it, you know, so I go up just to kind of blend the color that I just put in there, and then I go like this to put all the hairs back in place. So I guess what I'm saying is blend and then brush and then now if you didn't notice the difference, go back and rewind and come back and you're gonna be like, oh my god. Okay, I'm back. So the mascara that I'm gonna use today is also by Bare Minerals, and it's called Lash Domination, and I love it. And I'm gonna look down at my mirror for this so that I don't poke my eyeball. And I know that we talked about doing makeup tutorials that are basically for us women that are constantly on the go and don't necessarily have the time. And I want to say that this video is going to be longer than 5 minutes, and the reason why is because I really need to show you my techniques. But I assure you that I really achieve this exact look in 5 minutes. It doesn't take time. I think it's all about practice, and then once you get there, super easy. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in with the Givenchy pencil just to outline the bottom. I need to sharpen it, so I went really light. I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Cream Blush palette. Okay, it comes with so many different colors. I barely use any of them. I use that one the most. It's a peachy tone, goes really well with my skin tone, and it's really kind of like almost natural. So the brush that I used for that one is the brush that I believe it came with it, and if it didn't, it was right next to it at Sephora. And it's this brush right here. It's another dual brush with a fluffy end and this end. And now this is not only blushes, they can be used as lip as well. So that's why it comes with this, because this is a lipstick applicator at the bottom. I use it and I'll show you how. I don't use it as lipstick. So here we go. I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to take some product. I'm just going to swish a little bit onto the brush here. Okay. Make a fishy face. Okay, now that is a lot of product. It is cream, so I took a little bit too much. So what I'll do is just go in with the beauty blender and just dab the product. Don't rub because you don't want it to come off like I just did. There you go, that's perfect. And this is the thing that I'm gonna do next. Because I don't have time to highlight, I go in with this right here, this middle one. It's a light shimmery cream, and I believe it's used for like a topper, maybe even just a light lipstick, but I like to use it as highlighter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a lip side. I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna highlight. Hold on. I know it's not coming out perfect, but I'm gonna blend it with my fingers. So I just use it as highlighter when I'm in a rush and I can't grab all my palettes. And I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips. On my nose, because I like to highlight the bridge of my nose and my Cupid's bow, and a little bit more on the nose. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just blend with my finger. You'd be surprised. I feel like makeup companies make makeup that's also blendable by finger. Because it's pretty funny how like some products, they blend so easily with just a finger. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blend, but I'm also not, you know, using a firm finger. It's a very light finger, and I'm just blending. Maybe even just dabbing a little bit, to be honest. Okay. Okay, here we go. Done. I am pretty much done with my look here. The last thing I'm gonna do is lips. I am going to lip line today with this, one of my favorite lip liners. It's by Bobbi Brown. Okay, and the color is beige. Beige. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and lip line. And I like to overline. Now, I just want to mention that I do use a lip primer. I don't have it with me today, so I'm not going to do that, and I will do that in my other videos. But I do have a lip primer that I like to use that helps me keep the lipstick on all day long. So I overlined, which basically means I went over my natural lip line, went on the bottom and the top, because who doesn't want nice big full lips? There you go. And that will really help keep the lipstick on too. The lipstick that I'm going to be using today is the MAC in Cherish. Okay, it's a nice beige nudie lip, and I'm gonna do that today. And since you already lip lined, it makes putting on lipstick a lot easier because I really just stay on the in the middle. Here's the look, and I would add highlights other locations, but I'm not gonna do that because this is more of a daytime glam, so I'm gonna keep it that way. The last thing I'm gonna do is use the All Nighter spray by Urban Decay to whoosh, mist my face and help keep all my makeup on for as long as it will, and it will with this thing on. I usually am able to go a whole 8 hours with no reapplication of my makeup, so this is like so a necessity in your bag. So please look into you know, makeup setting sprays so that all your hard work doesn't go to waste. Here we go, Urban Decay makeup setting spray. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna push my hair back, and I'm just gonna I am pretty sure that was more than what you're supposed to, or maybe not, I don't know, but I like to use that much because I want double insurance. And so here we go. This is the look. What do you guys think? Not bad? It's pretty easy to achieve, very simple. Yes, I used a lot of different products, but once you get the hang of it, you can really do this in 5 minutes. It's so easy. I do this on a daily basis. This is my typical go-to look for daytime, and it is so quick. So subscribe to my channel to learn more makeup ideas and tips and tricks, and to learn quick tutorials, and even maybe learn a few new looks, and hopefully we can grow together. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me. I appreciate it. Love you so much.